Okay, so today we're going to do the first technique method for using a magazine, and we're going to use a National Geographic magazine, but I have found that other magazines work just as well. So if you don't have a National Geographic, you can use any magazine. We're also going to be using what's called Citra-Solv. Now, Citra-Solv is a citrus-based oil remover product that you can get at Lowe's. You can also find them at natural food stores. They might be called something different, but it's basically the same. They're not as toxic as, say, terpenoid or turpentine or any of that stuff, or acetone. I don't use that unless I'm outside. But the other thing we're going to be using is a sponge with a scrubby surface so that we can kind of scrub off the ink on the magazine page. But you can also use, a stiff brush, or even something that is like, something you scrub your pots with. I don't know. There's just different things you can use to take the ink off. Now, you can also use a method where you kind of saturate the pages and leave them like that for a while, and kind of leave it just kind of, cooking, the pages kind of cooking without even doing anything. And then the ink will kind of gradually come off, and that's another method that we're going to be using. So I am going to switch the camera now, and we're going to start. So I have my National Geographics, and I also have a magazine that was given to me by somebody. They're just like game magazines, and I would think that some of this ink in here is fairly inexpensive, so I'm going to try that as well. Now, you could also use, magazines like Better Housekeeping, some Vogue magazines work. I mean, 'cause different ink, magazines are made from different ink. So, okay, so how are we going to do this? We're going to start with a Citra-Solv. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some Citra-Solv in this little container here. Now, I use this kind of a container because I found that Citra-Solv kind of eats through plastic. So you have to have kind of a strong container to put your Citra-Solv in. So I use an old paint a thing that used to have paint in it as the lid, but I also use a little thing that's inside, so it's pretty strong. But you can also use like a